Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the bald explorer, and this little tree nymph
Is
next
Julia
to me.
not the bold explorer?
Yes. Where are we, Julia?
We're in the forest of St Leonard.
Yeah, St Leonard's Forest, that's
Yes.
right.
I can't get it right.
Can't get it right. St Leonard's Forest, up near Horsham.
Yes.
And we're out for a walk. And we hope that you'll enjoy this walk because there's a number of sinister things on this walk, isn't there, Julia?
Yeah, a couple of little, folklore things.
Like
Mick
Mills.
Mick Mills race.
Mick Mills, who was what was he? He was a smuggler?
He was a smuggler.
Braggart.
Braggart.
Yeah, he was a do-gooder. No, not a do-gooder, a do-badder.
He was not so do-gooder.
No. And he apparently said he could outrun anybody?
Outrun anybody, that's right, and ended up, the devil took him up on the offer or something.
Yeah, the devilish devil came down and said, I'll take you up on the offer, and there's a place, which we hope to get to, where they had the race. I wonder who won.
Apparently the devil lost.
The devil lost. Yes, that's right, Mick Mills. He won. So we're following this path, which is one of the wider paths. You can take different paths through here, through this forest of 722 acres, I think we read on the sign out there. It is impressive. Full of deciduous trees. What does deciduous mean?
Well, it means they shed their leaves every year.
Oh, thanks, yeah, because I'm a bit of a thicko. And then conifer trees.
They're evergreen, aren't they? They don't shed their pines and things. They're needles.
They're needles, they're pine needles.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
They're pines, they kind of need to.
Yeah, and they're all around us. And to help us, if we get a bit stuck on any tree identification...
I remembered my book!
Yes, we've got the Collins Book of Trees, of British trees. So, we may do a bit of that en route. There's a biggish tree. I know how you like your big trees with big girths. Not what it is about the big girth you like, I don't know, but let's go and have a quick gander at this.
Bonk.
Ouch, Simons. Wow, look at this one now. I'm guessing that's a beech.
Yeah, I'm standing here staring at it with the book shut. I'm not going to find anything out that way.
Yeah, no. It's the skin. I think it's the skin of it's not really a skin, is it? The bark. It's the bark that tells me it's a beech. We went out filming yesterday and we went to Bedham and there was a lot of beech trees there, so it's fresh in my mind. But look up here, this is interesting. It's numbered. Have a look. 0067, and then on here, there's another number, and that looks like it's much older. Now I know that in days gone by, trees were memorised or noted down for being utilised, the wood being utilised in the timber trade for perhaps ships or houses and things. So maybe that may not be that particular mark, but I wonder if that's what they did. Hey, you.
Hey.
We haven't got time for sitting around. We've got to get Mick Mills' race.
Look at these. Little type of fungi or something.
Can't really see it really yourself.
They look like little black beetles stuck to the log, but they're not.
Ooh. Julia.
Yes.
I
found a tree.
You found a tree you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, show me.
Down here.
Down here. Okay. Just down off the path somewhat. And it sort of sticks out, doesn't it? Because of the colour. Is it?
I do believe that's a silver birch.
It's certainly a lot brighter, isn't it? And actually, I can't get close to it because I don't know if you can.
On the edge of that.
There's a bit of a drop here. I'll be all right. I'm just going to poke the camera up there. It does look like a silver birch, doesn't it? Because the silver birch has got that sort of scarred skin as well as being very white. I'll just go and have a look at these. These look like birches. You see, I never quite know what's a birch and what's a silver birch, but that's part of our tree exploration. You know, this is what we're doing really. It's just finding out things.
I can't honestly claim to know either, obviously.
No, well that's okay. This year though, by the end of the year we'll be experts.
Let's see.
We won't be millionaires, but we'll be experts. So you've got the book. Look at all this lovely bark. And it's very different from a beech tree.
Yeah. I
I sup-
honestly don't know. You have a blue kitten.
I haven't a clue. I guess, you know, we can classify them as much as what the birch bit, whether it's a downy
it's
birch or...
superficially similar to the silver birch, often growing alongside it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a rather variable species, but usually easy to recognise by the soft downy feel of the tips of the twigs.
Can't get to the tips of the twigs because they're
all the way up there.
they're quite high. But what I can hear, and I don't know if you can hear this, but down below us there's a little stream or a brook.
But there is a drop down.
There is a huge drop, and I'm not going to risk it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Really interesting hollow log there.
We've got to get up to Mills. What is this? Mills Miles? Does that mean it's a mile?
Mills.
Mick Mills. That's right, not Mills Miles. It's Mills Mess. That was a juggling thing.
Mills. Oh, now you've got me doing it.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Come on. I found the source of water, or a source of the water. I'm standing almost in the babbling brook, and I nearly just slipped over.
You were nearly sitting in it.
I was, yes, I was definitely nearly sitting in it. It is a beautiful sound, isn't it? Running water, just coming through all these roots and this clay. I know that the St Leonard's forest, which is on the Weald, is it sits on sandstone, siltstone, and lots of clay, and all around. I think these are the roots of beech trees, because here we go. If I just move the camera up here, those are the twigs with the buds that you can see in front of you of lots of beech trees. I'm getting good at beech. It's the other buggers I'm not so good at. We've come off the main path, and we're now a little bit in the wood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Surrounded by conifers, and it's fascinating to see the remnants of earlier conifers that have been obviously cut down behind us. And what's interesting about fir trees, conifers are fir trees, are they? They're classed as conifer trees. These types of trees, is if you look around, is of course the undergrowth, the underwood, is very different than the rest of the underwood. We've been walking through birch and we've been walking through beech, which has been either side of the main route. But as you look around here, you notice that actually there's very little growing, very little growing up. You've got a bit of holly here, and then you've got all that. And that, the reason, of course, is the canopy is so thick. They plant these trees, these pines, and these would have been planted. I'm pretty sure that these conifers and things are planted trees, as opposed to the others, which are sort of self-seeding, from what I understand. And of course, you know, I may be wrong. But because they're planted, they grow so close together that the canopy, you can just look ahead there, how thick that is. No light gets in, which means that nothing can grow underneath. We've got a couple of beech trees coming past us here, but you only have to look ahead where the light is, and you can see suddenly trees are sprouting up because there's light. It's you know, this we've been looking at off camera. We've been looking at some other bits and pieces of trees, haven't we, Julia?
Yep.
And what's so interesting is everything tells its own story. And I'm learning to become a bit of a detective on the story of trees. It's amazing, isn't it?
It's fascinating.
That beech tree with its that had that long arm.
It was cool.
That was.
It was a 30-year journey from sending that branch out in the first place to reaching right out to a point where it could send some leaves into the light.
Yeah, it's just hunting for light because the canopy was blocking, but it knew it was there.
Yeah.
You know, I find that incredible. The tree knew where the light was, and it was in there for the long game.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just amazing.
So it makes you wonder. I mean, maybe the substrate could sense the warmth of the sun on there, and therefore the tree knew that way.
Yeah, how
Who
does
knows?
it know? How does
Who
it know?
knows?
But, you know, they've been around much longer than us, so they know a thing or two. Coming through a little, onto another path here. And then, back to the main path. And I think we're getting close to Mick Mills's race track where he raced the devil.
And won.
And won, yeah. Also, St Leonard's Forest is famous for its dragon. And I think St Leonard is supposed to have slain the dragon because he was a hermit, a French hermit. I think this must be it because it's this very long track. Oh wow,
very
that's
straight, very long. So we're at one end of it. Basically.
There's a sign down there. Should we have a look and see what that says? It's probably
what was that?
Says what it is. So the dragon, apparently was disturbing his peace, and he slayed the dragon, and also nightingales. He had a thing for. I didn't want nightingales.
They were disturbing his prayers or something.
Yeah.
So they got banished as well.
Why not?
Or silenced, no, I think the legend said.
Yeah.
And the snakes were banished.
Oh, here we go. Look, there's a sign which can tell us some stuff about the wildlife that is actually here today. It supports the diversity of woodland breeding birds, including nightjar, wood warbler, and 3 British woodpeckers. I love wood warbler. I just think it's such a great name.
Didn't realise the camera was on us.
Oh, sorry.
I yawned, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Am I boring you?
No, I'm just tired, as usual.
Beautiful butterflies. We saw a butterfly. We couldn't get the camera on it.
It was bright yellow. It looked like someone had gone at it with a highlighter. It was weird.
It was amazing.
Never seen one like that.
Both the peacock and the comma are attracted to the bramble blossom. Look out for them.
Comma butterfly.
Oh, the comma butterfly, yes, as opposed to, a grammatical comma.
Punctuation.
Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have been rummaging around. We're going to continue our walk, but in terms of our film, we've run out of time. We've probably overrun a bit.
Maybe.
But thank you so much for watching. We will improve our tree identification.
Trying.
And that's what this whole year, you can't do it in a day. The whole year, I'm going to drag Julia out and we'll just go and investigate and look for stuff. And, when we've got something to tell you, we'll tell you.
Yeah, touch wood, there'll be lots of things.
So, from Mick Mills Miles here at the St Leonard's Forest, from Julia, the lovely Julia, and the Bald Explorer, we'll see you on the next one. Until then, goodbye.
Ta-ra!
I don't know about you, but I think we're lost.
Yeah. Is that a pheasant over there?
I hope it's a pleasant pheasant.